Hello everybody and welcome to the final day of the reading rush. It's day 7 and we have one last day to get everything done. I'm only a little stressed. Pretty much up until this morning when I woke up, I was feeling optimistic that I was going to get everything done. But now that it's the final day, I'm stressed. So after I ended the vlog last night, before falling asleep, I didn't actually end up reading any more of Love and Gelato. So I'm only on chapter 7, page 91. So I have a majority of this book to get through. I think it's like 380 pages, so I have like just under 300 pages to read today. Let's see if I can do it. I think I can. I definitely think that I can get through it with no distractions. That's the only thing. Who knows what's going to end up distracting me today. And also with the Such a Fun Age audiobook, I'm 46% in, so I'm almost halfway. I have 5 hours and 20 minutes left. And I think I'm like at the beginning of chapter 11. I started listening to it when I woke up this morning and haven't finished that chapter. So I'm optimistic, but I'm also not going to put too much pressure on myself. I'm definitely going to finish Love and Gelato today. Like, that's happening. The Such a Fun Age audiobook, that is where things get questionable. But I do also think I have the ebook for that as well. So if it would be easier for me to actually read if I finish Love and Gelato, then we'll do that, but if not, I'll just keep going the audiobook route. But yeah, I just wanted to start this vlog, let you know what my final plans were for the final day of the reading rush. Hopefully, I get everything that I wanted to get done. But now it's time for coffee. The classic coffee shot. I think I've shown me making my coffee every morning, every single day for the past week. I think I'm just exposing how much coffee I actually drink. So yeah, I'm going to go and make my coffee and then probably read Love and Gelato while I drink my coffee like I've done every morning for the past week. A little after 12 in the afternoon, and of course BTS had to do like a live stream thing today. The final day of the reading rush, I'm trying to get reading done. They do a live stream, announce that they have a new song coming out in August. BTS and Taylor Swift are both doing the most to get me to not read. But at least they're not releasing anything today, because that would just be peak distraction. I say as they post a picture onto Twitter. Okay. So besides all of the distractions from the people I stan, I am now up to chapter 11, page 148 in Love and Gelato, and I'm enjoying this so far. I don't know if it's just because it's taking place in Italy, and I feel like any book that takes place basically not in the United States, I immediately like. I kind of went into this expecting kind of a light, fluffy contemporary, which is exactly what it is. So because my expectations weren't too high, I feel like I'm enjoying it. Obviously, like, the main character's mom just passed away, so it's not like the most fluffy a book could be, but for the most part this is taking place like after everything with her mom had kind of happened. It's been like 6 months since her mom had passed away when she's in Italy, so obviously this character is still like struggling with it, but it's still a relatively like happy-ish fluffy read. There's a lot of mystery surrounding her father, who she just found out about, who she's living with in Italy. So I'm interested to see kind of what happens with that. It's cute so far. I think I'm going to message Sydney and just see how she's feeling, if she's read any more, because I'm enjoying it, but I would love to know her thoughts. And also with Such a Fun Age, I am now up to chapter 12. So I finished listening to chapter 11 this morning, so I'm now almost 50% through the book. I'm 49%, so I'm going to say I'm halfway. So yeah, I just wanted to give a little bit of an update, complain about BTS and Taylor Swift continuing to distract me, but now I'm going to go and get some more reading done. I might make another coffee because I have a problem. During the whole stay-at-home thing, it kind of was like, okay, I normally have a cup of coffee a day, but then it started to get like I was at least having 2 cups of coffee, sometimes 3, but typically around 2. And then I started to like get better and only have like 1 cup of coffee again. But during this reading rush week, I've had at least 2 cups of coffee like every day. So it's fine. I just really like coffee. So I think I'm going to go and make an iced coffee or something. That'll help probably motivate me to read the rest of both of these books that I need to get through. So I'm on chapter 12. I just ended on chapter 11, and they're actually getting gelato. It all makes sense. This book makes me want gelato. It makes me want to go to Italy. I wish I could go to Italy right now. It's also making me want to start a journal, like a more like diary-like journal. I've tried doing that so many times throughout my entire life, and I never keep up with it. Like, I have one right now that I've had since 2016, and I think I'm probably only like halfway through filling that out. So, but this makes me want to go to Barnes & Noble and get one of like the leather-bound journals and try again. So maybe I'll try writing in the journal I already have, see if I can keep up with it, and then use it up for the rest of the year. And then maybe next year I'll start a leather-bound journal. I don't know, this makes me just want to journal like that type of journaling more. It makes me want to go to Italy, makes me want gelato. I think that's why I'm enjoying this book so much, honestly, because I just love the atmosphere. I love that it's in Italy. It makes me want to go really badly. So I am on page 197, almost 200 pages in. I'm in the middle of a chapter, but I just wanted to talk about how this journal that this girl has is from her mom. Her mom passed away, and she sent the journal to Italy so that when her daughter got there, she could read the journal and kind of figure out what happened between her mom and her dad. And her mom wrote, before she sent it off to Italy, "I made the wrong choice," at the beginning of the journal. So I'm like, what does this mean? I'm so invested. Me and Sydney were both saying that we're both really enjoying this, like a lot more than either of us were expecting to. I'm so intrigued to see what happened between her parents, if her dad is even her dad. Like, I don't know, but I'm actually enjoying this a lot more than I thought. I just went into this with relatively low expectations. It was just going to be like another YA contemporary. I don't know, like I wasn't expecting anything fantastic. I mean, I've heard a couple of good things, but I honestly haven't heard that much about it. So I wasn't like going into it with super high expectations, but I'm actually really enjoying it. And I'm also just really intrigued to see like how everything kind of comes together, because that mystery between her parents is really interesting actually. So yeah, I just wanted to update, because I'm literally sitting here trying to figure out like how this is going to end, like how many different ways this could go. So I'm really enjoying it. So I will let you know what I think of it once I actually finish it. And hopefully I finish it soon, because it is the last day of the reading rush, so I gotta get going. So I just finished my 7th book for the reading rush, my 7th and last book on my TBR, and that was Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Balch, and I ended up giving this a 4.5 stars out of 5. I really enjoyed this. I'm actually very surprised at how much I liked this. Like I said, I went into it with pretty low expectations. I hadn't heard that many things about it. I'd heard a couple of good things, but for the most part, I feel like I hadn't heard much about this book, so I went in with low expectations. But this was so good. It made me cry a couple of times, and I was not expecting that. I think this had like a good mix of more hard-hitting situations, obviously not too intense. Like, her mom passed away, so that in itself was very upsetting, and that's something that is brought up throughout this entire book, and that is a big thing that's kind of keeping the plot moving, because there is a lot of mystery with her mom's life when her mom was in Italy, and that's just a big part of the story. So obviously that was quite upsetting. It wasn't like super intense, but it definitely was sad. But there also was really cute moments as well, and it was just really good. I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did. It definitely wasn't 5-star potential, but it was still really good. It was very close to a 5-star. For the most part, this was just really cute and also emotional, but just really good. So I definitely enjoyed this, and I'm definitely going to pick up the next one. I think there's the sequel, Love and Luck, and then I think Love and Olives is the next one, and I don't know if that's out yet. I don't actually think that that's out yet, but it's going to be the third one, so definitely think I'm going to read the other two. This was a surprise. I picked this up at Barnes & Noble for $5 on a whim, and I ended up loving it, so I'm very happy I read this. So that was technically the last book on my 7-book TBR for the reading rush, so I say I technically have won, but I still have the book club book to get through. I have 2 hours and 45 minutes left of the audiobook, so I'm going to keep listening to this, hopefully get it done soon, and then that will be it for the reading rush. Okay, hello, it is now 8 p.m. on Sunday, and I just officially completed all of the books for the reading rush. So I just completed the book club book which was such a fun age. So I'm going to put the badge in my journal. I haven't given it a rating yet on Goodreads, but I'm thinking like a 4.5. It was really good. It just didn't have that like 5-star feeling, you know, but I think it was really good. I think there were a lot of important discussions in this book, you know, kind of performative activism, white people kind of trying to make themselves feel better about, you know, trying not to be racist and just trying to make themselves feel better about what they do. I think there definitely were a lot of important discussions in this book. It just didn't give me that 5-star feeling, but it was still really good. I do want to acknowledge though, because it's been happening on Twitter, people have been talking about it, that the hosts of this readathon hosted a live show for this book, and neither of them actually ended up reading it, and they kind of laughed it off and then made the live show kind of about everything else except for the book. And something about them making a book club for a book that is written by a Black author and then not even reading it when it's their readathon that they're hosting and that they chose to do, them not even reading it, kind of doesn't sit right with me, and I think a lot of people are quite upset about it. So I do want to acknowledge that I see that happening, and I don't agree with how they kind of handled that. It kind of stinks that the reading rush is kind of ending on this note, but there have been a lot of things that they've done before that were kind of questionable, so I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed, and I don't know if I will be participating in the reading rush in the future. Probably not. There are so many readathons now that there's really no reason to do this one. This one was just fun because so many people in the community do this readathon, but there's so many readathons out there, so many that could become as big as the reading rush, I'm sure. So I feel like I'm probably not going to do it ever again, but we'll see. I would really like for them to learn from this, listen to the people telling them this, you know, listening to the Black creators, to Black participants in this readathon, and hopefully they learn. But there's been quite a lot of things that they've done, so I don't know, hopefully they learn from it in the future. But you know, I just wanted to let you know that I know that that's happening. I don't agree with it. I don't support that. So yeah, hopefully they learn from it a little bit, I hope. But I did want to acknowledge it, express my disappointment, express that I know what's going on in case you do not know, and just so you know that I probably will not be participating in the future, and that I hope that they can learn from this. But in other news, I'm going to put my final badge on my spread. I completed the reading rush. I read 8 books. And I'm still relatively proud of myself for doing that. Not relatively, I am proud of myself. So I'm gonna just put this badge right here, and that's that. I did the whole thing. I did the dang thing, everybody. So before I wrap up this vlog, I thought I would just go through my TBR and everything that I ended up reading for this readathon. So I read Paper Girls Volume 3 by Brian K. Vaughan, Cliff Chiang, and Matt Wilson, and I gave that 4 stars. I read The Princess and the Fangirl by Ashley Poston, and I gave that 4 stars. I read The Princess Diaries by Meg Cabot, and I gave that 3 stars. I read The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett, and I think I gave that 5 stars. Yeah, I gave that 5 stars. That one was really good. I also read Heartstopper Volume 1 by Alice Oseman, and I gave that 5 stars. I read Sadie by Courtney Summers and gave that 5 stars. That was another favorite from this week. I finished Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welch today, and I gave that 4.5 stars. And then I read the book club pick Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reed, and I think I'm going to give that 4.5 stars. So yeah, that is everything. I read all of the books that I wanted to read this week, and I am feeling relatively proud of myself. After the reading rush last year, I ended up getting into a reading slump because I read so much in one week, and I really hope that doesn't happen this year because I feel like I just got out of a reading slump and the reading rush kind of helped get me out of it. So I'm hoping I can continue this energy and keep reading, maybe not 8 books in a week, but at least a book a week, maybe, if I can even do that. But hopefully I can keep going, keep reading some more books, because I'm feeling relatively happy with my progress in my reading challenge goal this year and just the amount of books that I read. It's disappointing that the reading rush had to end on this note. I really hope the hosts learn from this. I hope that there are some changes next year if it happens next year, but I'm still happy that I participated to get a lot of books done, a lot of books on my TBR done. Thank you guys for watching this Reading Rush vlog and all of my other Reading Rush vlogs. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you in my next video.